Dharme cha arthe cha kame cha mokshe cha baradarshaba. These are the Purusharthas, the four aims of human life. Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Bhagya. Purusharthas are the blueprint for human fulfillment. These are the inherent values of the universe. Working with them helps you create a satisfyingly balanced, meaningful life at the deepest and most holistic level. Dharma is righteousness, Artha means economic values, Kama is pleasure, and Moksha means liberation or salvation. Dharma. Dharma means truth, the right way of living, and is true purpose in life. Being conscious in your words, actions, and thoughts. Having compassion and sensitivity to the needs of others. Being awake to the existence of the divine with you. When you are in Dharma, you feel complete within yourself and life becomes effortless. Ultimately, Dharma leads you to remember who you really are. Artha is the basic human dignities to have enough assets to live on and care for your family without being greedy. Artha includes knowledge, friendship, love, career, success, good health and prosperity. Upanishads tell us there is no joy in smallness. Joy is in the infinite. Artha means economic values in life. Discover a way so money runs after you and not vice versa. Do work that is compatible to your nature and capabilities. Do work that serves society. Do work you really love. Trust in the infinite organizing power of universe. Paramahamsa Yogananda said, seek spiritual riches within. What you are is much greater than anything or anyone else you have ever earned for. Next comes Kama. Kama is the desire for pleasure. Kama, here it relates to sensuality, but it's also beauty, art, music, love, affection, intimacy and kindness. It's what brings a sense of delight to your life. Upanishads tell us, as is your desire, so is your will. As is your will, so is your deed. As is your deed, so is your destiny. And you are what your driving desire is. Ultimately, the highest Kama is longing for oneness with the divine. Next comes Moksha. According to Bhagavad Gita, Moksha is freedom from the cycle of death and rebirth. Misconception is that most of the people think we will get moksha or mukti only after our death. Is it possible to achieve moksha or mukti while alive? Yes, it is possible. Moksha is our true nature. It's what we really are. Moksha includes emancipation, breaking the bondages, liberation, that is freedom from cycle of death and rebirth, freedom from ignorance, self-realization and self-knowledge, consciousness of the oneness of the Supreme Soul, the removal of obstacles to an unrestricted life, access to our full human potential of creativity, compassion and understanding. Moksha or mukti is the freedom from all bondages and establishment in a mindset of supreme renunciation. In fact, it is the most elevated state of mind which can be achieved while leading a life of dharma. If one is successful in breaking the bondages of greed, attachment, and ego, and can lead a life of renunciation, then he will achieve mukti or moksha even while leading a normal life. This reminds me a story of boy and his mother's reaction to the incident. A small boy around 5 years was busy playing on a terrace on ladder. He was playing around with the ladder by climbing up and down with the monkey on the tree, while his mother was busy with her cooking in the kitchen. Suddenly, the boy slips on the ladder and falls down and gets hurt on his head. What would be a normal mother's reaction to this incident? A normal mother would get angry and blame the monkey and her son. She would get worried about her son's health and fears about the worst. She starts crying and saying why this happened to her son. But being liberated individual, the mother of that boy reacted calmly to the incident. She didn't get angry or blame anyone. The boy got treated in the hospital and she served the monkeys with the food. This shows that the mother is free from anger, fear, attachment, and emotions and reacts calmly in all situations. The liberated person is like a lotus, which is considered as one of the most sacred plants in the world. The lotus, with its roots latched in the mud, it submerges every night into river water and miraculously reblooms the next morning sparklingly clean. This process associates the flower with rebirth and spiritual enlightenment with its daily process of life, death, and re-emergence. Just like lotus, even though its roots are in mud, the flower is untouched by mud and symbolizes purity, grace, richness, knowledge, wealth, and prosperity. The liberated person, while performing his worldly responsibilities, he is untouched by greed, ego, emotions, attachment, fear, and anger, and will be in the state of renunciation. In this context, King Janaka is the best example. He was also addressed by the name of Videha, meaning one who is beyond Deha or body. Even while performing all his duties as a king, a husband, and a father, he remained untouched by the greed, attachment, and ego and led the life of renunciate. Renunciation is not rejecting the family, it is accepting the whole world as a family, and it is the changing attitude towards the life. Liberation comes from the life lived with inner purity, alert mind, led by reason, intelligence, and realization of the Supreme Self. As the poet Rumi says, whole universe exists within us. Ask all from yourself. While the Lao Tzu tells us, knowing others is wisdom and knowing yourself is enlightenment. Moksha is seen as the final release of life's illusion. The Upanishads describe the liberated individual as one who treats others with respect regardless of how others treat them, returns anger with soft and kind words, doesn't expect praise from others, never injures or harms any life forms, the one who is as comfortable being alone as in the presence of others, is humble, of clear and steady mind, straightforward, compassionate, and patient. Your journey through Purusharthas is beautifully summarized by Swami Chinmayananda. May your life be simple and pure, so you know only beauty. May your mind be clear and quiet, so you speak only of truth. May your heart be filled with love and compassion, so you radiate light to all you meet. May all you do be blessed with divine grace. Sarve jana sukhino bhavantu.